I start worrying about the can. Some 8-footers out of this. Two 2x4s 8 or a 2x8. I don't really have any use for 2x8s at the moment, but I'd rather have the 2x4s to play with too. So heavy. I think I'm going to put it over here so I can get out of it. Then I'll bring it back and cut 2x4s out of it. Got another cut to be able to get. I still have 2 more inches there plus before I get to my can, so I'm going to cut another 2x out of it. By 12-inch can. cut those 1x out of there, you're going to see that I'm going to have wane on the side of this cant. And it's all because of cutting the 1x. If I'd have left the 1x go, the cant would be a full-size 12x12. I have to be honest with you. I'm actually baiting some people here. You know, they say you can get this out of the flitch, you can get that out of the flitch, and they want to take it out right away. This is the problem with that. You saw that I took those nice 1x out of there. And if those 1x, if they come in handy, soon, they're worth having. But when I take this off here, you see the difference in the flitch. Because of the 1x that was taken off of it, you'll know why I like getting to the cant first. So let me just show you this. Now, there's my 12x12 cant, and I would have had a full 12x12 had I not taken out those two 1x out of here. Those 1x, taking the 1x out of this edge over here took me further away from the, or closer to the edge of the tree. So this is why I'm where I'm at. If I wanted 1x, then that doesn't really matter. But what I'm after yet is I'm still after 2x6s because I'm not done with them yet. But we'll probably get two 2x6s here, and the other boards are just going to be scrap out on the edges. So see, you sacrifice one thing for something else. This is why I believe it's best, and you can argue if you want, it's best to get to the cant first. Because for one thing, you've got a better grade of wood in the middle of the tree than you have on the outside edges. That's number one. For another thing, you don't have problems like this where you lose out. So here's our 12 by 12 can. And we're going to start cutting 2x out of this. Sure I'm at where I'm supposed to be. I get stuff caught on the video. Some nice 2x12. got to get myself set up so I have a place to stack these, because I have 8-footers over there and that's not going to work out for me stacking them. So I'll set some 4x4s up in front of that pile and then I'll start stacking these. Okay, so I got a couple 4x4s over there. I'm setting myself up to be able to take the 2x6s off of this and put them over there. The other day when I cut 2x6s, I had a 12-inch cant, I cut it in half, I turned them sideways to one another, and I cut up 2x6s that way. So this is just a little bit different. What I'm doing here now, the next cut on this cant is going to reduce it to 6 inches. But I've got 3 2x12s on the other side. So I can cut them in half and cut the next board here all at the same time. One of those here or there, whatever. The other thing I want to say is I would like to be able to make my skids 4 feet wide, but at the moment I only have I only have 2 foot, come on, what do you call them? I have 2 foot things on my bucket to be able to pick up my skids of wood, so that's why I'm only going 2 foot with them. It's not a big deal. I just have to make, forks. I need to make a longer set of forks. I haven't gotten to it, and it's not even on my list at the moment. So what you're looking at is a 2x4 there. What I'm going to do is go down 2 inches below what you're seeing, and that'll give me, with one cut, 1, 2, 3, 4 2x6. Or 5, no. 2, 4, 6, 7 2x6s with one cut. Now you can see these two were the, well, I shouldn't have, in essence, if the boards were good, it would be 7 2x6s. This is going to be a 2x4, and this one here is probably junk. So I'll cut this after the fact. Add a 2x6. I might be able to use that for pieces somewhere. I think I'm going to save this. Now the rest of these down here are all good. All 2x6. Okay. Whew. So we got 3 more 2x6s I can take out of that yet. Well, there's 11 2x6s over there. Probably 12, 13. 13 2x6s and 2 1x18s out of that log. So it's not bad. Plus a couple little scrap. I'll probably use this stuff for stickers on what's on there right now. I don't know if I ever talked about this, but I did say, I know in a couple videos, that the first thing you should cut after you have a place to store your wood is stickers, because I think it takes 100 stickers to sticker a 4x4 8-foot pile. So stickers are, you'd be surprised how many of them you actually need. And now with me making 2 foot wide piles down here instead of 4, it makes it even that I have to have more pieces. Somebody had asked me how accurate that clock is on the dial for the lift the head up and down. When I got down to the bottom of that cut there, I had 3/8 of an inch left. Right now this is 1/4 of an inch, and you can see, I don't know how far you can see down there, but it's 1/4 of an inch all the way down there. The wood miser is accurate. It cuts a very nice piece of wood, and you can cut an 1/8 inch piece out of there as long as the board is straight, and that's the actual problem. The board will actually move before the board will warp sooner and cause a crooked cut than the wood miser will cut a crooked cut. Okay, so now I have at the end of that a nice 1-inch piece that'll be for stickers. So the question that I had last night or this morning about how accurate is the wood miser, it's accurate, or you wouldn't be able to cut thin pieces like that 12 foot long. Now I still got to cut up these other flitches. I think I'm going to take a break. Guys, this is a good example. I didn't take a break yet. This is a good example of where you can use the wood miser stops. You see how hard of an angle that stop is on? Now that's going to hold that board, but that's a 2x. Okay, if that was a 1x, it would not stay on there very well. That's what I found out. So because that is a 2x, and I'm not sure what's going to happen on the top, I think I can get 8 feet out of that thing. I'm going to start from the bottom cut, so I'm going to make a 6-inch cut off the bottom. Even though this is a little barky at this end, I'm not going to care about that right now. I just want the 2x6s because I can always use them for benches and stuff on my deck. Get an 8-foot 2x4 out of that piece. I won't get a 12 out of it. I will get a 10-foot 2x6 out of it. Like I said, the end up here is a little funky, but because there's some wood on both sides all the way to the end, this little bit here, it means it'll stack nice. So I'm just going to go ahead and stack that anyway on my pile. Cut a 2x4 out of this now. I'll have a little bit of bark on it, but it doesn't matter. I'll get an 8-footer out of it. out. I don't know what time it is. I got a clock over there. I might be able to see it with this thing. What the heck are you? Yeah. 2:30. The reason the clock's over there, guys, is so that I can, when I feed the greenhouse, I know what time it is. I can usually see it from here, but I think I got sawdust in my eyes. No wonder, right? Oh, alright, so anyway, all together, for all intents and purposes, there's 1 2x4, 8 foot up there. 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 2x6 is 12, except for that one, but even so, 14 of them. And then these 2 1-inch boards here that are pretty nice. Something like that's wide enough to make a, I wonder if that's wide enough to make a headboard for a bed. Might be. Or a footboard anyway. So anyway, that's what we got out of this log here. That one log. And I am very happy with that. That's a nice pile of wood there. So at this point I would say that my deck lumber is finished. So now I can, and I'm glad it is, because instead of cutting 2x out of that thing, if it's as nice as I hope it's going to be, I'm going to cut 1x out of that. Hopefully 1x12. Okay, that's it for today, guys. Have a good one.